Pope Francis, the WOPE Francis, you could say. He's died at 88. I guess, L for, I don't know, Catholics, I suppose, right? L for broader Christianity, I guess. Because he's the Catholic Pope. I mean, he was way better than the other guy before. He didn't, like, blatantly hate. I mean, to be honest, he was actually a pretty good guy for a Pope. I'll be quite honest, right? He kept very much to his own means, even though he was like a big cardinal and shit like that. And as the Pope, he also kept like very very own to his means. Then never wore like the big red elaborate fucking shit, right? With the whole red garb and everything. Like the big not Pope dress, but the big like Pope robe. He always like staying very humble, wholesome, heckin' a humble, and heckin' a Reno epic. Big Chungus, Reddit gold, tip. Stupid Reddit meme aside, yeah, he's pretty base, right? Like for a pope, pretty base for a pope. Let's be honest here. Talking about what I think every day he kept in contact with the Catholic churches that existed in Gaza. Seeing if they're okay and stuff. That's pretty cool. I think one of the oldest fucking churches was bombed by the Israelis. Like, it's just World Heritage Site gone because, Israelis are demons. The IDF are led by a bunch of fucking demons. Let's be quite honest here. Wretched human beings. But, so he called for peace for the Palestinians. Israel was doing genocide and ethnic cleansing. Good on you. Good on you, Pope. Mr. Pope, man. And also talked about like condemning the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Good job, Mr. Pope. Yeah, you're doing the obvious. I mean, he's just like a good person. I don't know, just not a bad dude. No, better than the guy before, who's a complete piece of shit. I guess like the only question is like who are like the main dudes now that can who are like the main now candidates, right? I think we have that open, right? This is the image I saw. I don't know if there's any other dudes besides these guys. What? The Vatican conclave will commence soon, and these are the prime contenders. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, considered a moderate against surrogacy and gender ideology. Oh boy. We can only imagine the stupid transphobe 3 IQ shit from this guy. Cardinal Peter Erdo? Probably not. Another conservative with stances against refugee acceptance and liberal interpretations of church doctrine. So from what I understand, there has been like significant reforms that Pope Francis did to try to make the church like less shitty, basically. I know he started like try to go after like a lot of the corruption within the church, which I think is good, and try to like make it more inclusive. I mean, like, he's like okay with like civil. I mean, he's still like against gay marriage or whatever, or he was against gay marriage because I mean he is dead now, and shit like that. I mean, was he perfect? It's whatever. So he was definitely better than what Pope Benedict was it. And then we have Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, politically left-leaning, supportive of LGBTQ rights. I find it so interesting that, like, that there are so many different, like, flavors and brands of ideology within the Catholic Church between, like, the cardinals. This is what I find very fascinating. Like, what? Now we have Matteo Zuppi, who's apparently, like, the most progressive out of all of them, so he's a modernist and left-leaning, more liberal than Cardinal Tagle. So, listen, he's he loves the queers. He's a big fan of the queers. Very cool, very based and epic. Cardinal Raymond Leo Burke, an arch-conservative, critical of Pope Francis's reforms. I have a feeling this dude's probably not gonna fucking be picked because, like, how many stories of like different fucking cardinals were there like not that long ago about like different like bishops and shit like diddling kids within specifically the American Catholic Church. I'm just saying. I know that was one of the things that Pope Francis was cracking down on. I wonder why he's critical of Pope Francis's reforms. Trying to do defense for fucking weirdo child diddlers there, Raymond? Cardinal Willem Jacobus Ijik, known for strong conservative views, particularly on marriage, hates the queers. Dude from Ghana. Is Catholics in Ghana? Interesting. Peter Codwo Turkson, moderate against the criminalization of homosexuality, from Sri Lanka. Malcolm Ranjith, conservative against LGBTQ rights and altar girls. Oh, were they trying to like push for like instead of only just altar boys, you can also have altar girls? That's cool, I guess. And another conservative, critical pro Francis, Cardinal Gerhard Ludwig Muller. I mean, you know, not expecting much from like the Catholic Church. I'm ready for like probably one of the dumbasses to get like elected or some shit. Well, from what I understand, like ideally either like Zupi or Taggle probably gets picked here, but I don't know. Most of them seem like they're mostly fucking dumb fucks. But anywho, funny meme. Yesterday, Pope Francis met with JD Vance. So, you know, insert meme here about he's the one who caused the death of JD Vance. Look at this man's face. Wait, did Liz Truss also meet the Queen of England and then she like died recently after beating the Queen of... That is fucking funny, dude. That's really funny. I can't believe that JD Vance killed the Pope. Shaking my head, JD. Shaking my head, dude. I guess the Pope didn't say thank you enough. He didn't say thank you. What do we got here? Keep in mind, JD Vance is also... He's a Catholic convert. And Catholic converts are typically, well, Nazis. And they don't actually practice, like, anything in Catholicism whatsoever. But, you know. LARPer, is he an actual, like, Christian or Catholic? Because, let's be honest here. Pope Francis, actual fucking, like, Christian Catholic, would adhere to, like, rules and lessons taught in the fucking Bible and stuff. But, well, you know. Conservatives in politics love to get in the way of taking things and perverting them for their own purposes and means. Yeah, typical fucking conservatives and bullshit. But what do we got here? I just learned of the passing of Pope Francis. My heart goes out to the millions of Christians all over the world who loved him. I was happy to see him yesterday, though he was obviously very ill. Yeah, he's been ill for like a while, basically. But I mean, you know, consequences of... I mean, he died at 88. That's what happens when you get old. Is what it is. But I'll always remember him for the bellow homily. Oh, bellow homily. He gave in the very early days of COVID. It was really quite beautiful. May God rest his soul. You know, I find it really funny. What is this, by the way? This was not like, was it a sermon that he gave? Not a sermon. Didn't he in this bellow homily? Is it bellow homily? Oh yeah, bellow homily. Okay. I'm not religious, but wasn't he like criticizing like crony fucking capitalism, talking about like the greed and avarice of corporations? Yup. What? Let's see. Why are you afraid? Have you no faith? Lord, your word this evening strikes us and regards us, all of us in this world, that you would love more than we do. We have gone ahead at breakneck speed, feeling powerful and able to do anything. Greedy for profit, we let ourselves get caught up in things and lured away by haste. We did not stop at your reproach to us. We were not shaken awake by wars or injustice across the world, nor did we listen to the cry of the poor or our ailing planet. We carried on regardless, thinking we would stay healthy in a world that was sick. Now that we are in a stormy sea, we implore you, wake up, Lord. I guess he's like, oh, it's like an appeal to faith, right? Saying like, Lord, can you like help us out or some shit? Now he like talked about like Pope Francis on the greed of like corporations. Pope Francis on the greed of corporations. Where's the quote? The fight against hunger demands that we overcome the cold logic of the market, which is greedily focused on more economic profit and the reduction of food to a reduction of food to a commodity, and strengthening the logic of solidarity. Hey, JD, are you sure that this is your man's as you pretend that he is? Oh, so he's the voice of God. JD, why aren't you like an ardent communist or some shit? That's a little weird. We must adapt our socioeconomic models so that they have a human face, because many models have lost it. Thinking about these situations in God's name, I want to ask the big food corporations to stop imposing monopolistic production and distribution structures that inflate prices and end up withholding bread from the hungry. Yeah, guys. That's, something tells me he's not a real big fan of, he's not a really big fan of corporations, causing suffering for the purposes of profit. I don't know. But JD Vance, you know, Peter Thiel acolyte, he definitely really cares about the average working man and everything, you know. Insert meme here about, like, how in reality, maybe it was JD Vance who got him. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene, I guess, being stupid. What? I mean, she is a Protestant, right? So I guess it makes sense that she calls the Pope evil or some shit. Today, there were major shifts in global leaderships. Evil is being defeated by the hand of God. Typical Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Titan Greene, being a LARPer, as always, but whatever. Stupid. Very dumb, very stupid. Not actually religious. We all know Protestants are LARPers, and stupid. All my homies do be hating the institutionalization of religion, but mostly hate Protestants because modern day Protestants are like stupid fucking dipshits, but whatever. I pulled this up because I thought, you know, Cardinal Tagle, you know, one of the left-leaning guys. What's he got here? How many poor people are being sacrificed to the god of greed? Women.
How many factory workers are being denied the right wages for the God called profit?
Real?
How many women are being sacrificed to the God called domination?
Real? He's spitting?
How many children are being sacrificed to the God called lust?
Whoa. I mean, still real, yeah.
How many trees,
child rape is bad.
rivers, hills are being sacrificed to the God called progress?
Real? We do be hating
how many
destruction
poor
environments.
people are being sacrificed to the God of greed?
He's spitting?
Defenseless people.
Also, this is in 2018. Like, it was like 14 years ago. 16 years ago. 14. 16 years ago. And bro's, he's spitting. Talking about, like, yeah, honestly, environmentalism, pretty good. You know, pedophilia, bad, you know. Good position to maintain. Especially for, I guess, like, a powerful cardinal. Very good. Capitalism, you know, corporate greed, bad, you know, very cool, very good. Environmental, I think I said this already. Environmentalism, good, you know, good, yeah, great. You know, thumbs up, shit like that.
Sacrificed to the God of national security.
You know, talking about the consequences of national security. Wait, what's that bit about national security?
Sacrificed, defenseless people, God of greed.
Uh-huh.
And defenseless people.
Oh, defenseless people. Yeah, you know, talking something, hey, people who keep bombing random civilians and heritage sites. You guys are kind of bad, you should stop that. Real, he's real for that one. He's real for that one, too. He's spitting. Yeah, that guy seems pretty epic. He seems pretty good. Yeah, I don't know, like, you know, the WOPE is dead. It's time for probable cringe or some shit. I don't know. I saw like a thread that more than likely it's the Pietro guy might be the most likely he gets elected. But like the current like cardinals who can like vote for as to who can become the next pope, 108 out of 135 of them have been consecrated by Pope Francis. So you can probably assume that maybe they're like generally more progressive or like left leaning and might vote for one of the more left leaning cardinals. I don't know. It depends. Like, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens. You know, hopefully it's either I closed the thing that had the candidates open. It's the Italian guy Muzzi Zuppi gets voted in, or Tagle. You know, yeah. Why not? Like, you know what? Go. I say we should. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring. I can't vote for this. Give it to Tagle. Why not? First Southeast Asian pope, because I think he's Filipino, right? Yeah, why not? First Southeast Asian pope. Yeah, I mean, do that. You know. Also, I guess it makes a lot of sense that there'd be a lot of Catholics there, because the Philippines used to be a part of the Spanish Empire, right? And the Spaniards at that point in time were primarily Catholic. Makes sense, you know. A bunch of Filipinos would probably also be Catholic. I think that, you know, checks out. I don't think that's a ridiculous assertion. All right, I'm throwing in my ring for Cardinal Tagle. You know, get the first Southeast Asian, because Pope Francis. It's not his actual name. I think he had a different name before being like Pope Francis. He was the first Argentinian Jesuit pope. You know, why not? Why stop on a good thing? You know, like get the first Southeast Asian pope. Why not? Could be fun. Fuck it, YOLO, right? Yeah. Anywho, there's really not much else to say about this. The WOPE is dead. Hopefully, the next pope is not going to be dog shit. That's all that can really be said, to be honest.